Hi guys, it's Miss Ryan with your next recording, and I have had a lot of questions from people. Sorry, let me just adjust my camera here. Had a lot of questions from people regarding how to go about finding journal assignments and the best way to navigate the course. So I've logged in today as a student. You won't see any um, grades for particular students, but if you log into your course, you're going to notice a lot of things on the deck if you are in more than one class. Couple of questions that have come up. You are enrolled in an orientation to Buzz and internet safety section. That is just meant to orient you to the Buzz online course, how Buzz works. You'll notice this particular student has begun working through it, and that's pretty helpful, making sure that you'll notice there's lots of green scores here. Going through that course orients you to how the Buzz works, how Accelerate Education works, how you do your online courses, how you remain safe online, but also how the platform works and how you can be successful online doing online schoolwork. So I highly recommend it. I am not the person that gives you your score. I've had a couple of students reach out and say, well, I get an interim grade in that class. Do I have to make sure all of those assignments are turned in before interim? That is a question you probably want to ask your mentor teacher. However, I highly recommend checking the course out. It definitely will get you up to speed on how Buzz works. Now, as for the uh, actual Spanish course, when you scroll down, you'll see your Spanish 1A, or if you are in one of the higher levels. When you click onto your Spanish course, this will load what we call the landing page. So then you are going to see your basic modules here. You see your to-do list, and that doesn't necessarily mean that this person is behind by 14. But when I click on this, for example, it shows me what is coming up right away. Today is the 13th, so it looks like there's just a couple of things that they are a little bit behind on, and then what things are coming up next. Now, there's a couple of things I can do. I can work straight from the to-do list. However, don't necessarily get any teaching from that. I don't learn anything from that. So then I'm like, gosh, how do I do the assignment? So the best thing to do is if I go back to the activities page, I'm going to see on the activities page not only what is coming up due next, I can see what I was working on last time I visited, what's due soon, but I can see the modules I've completed, and I can go into, basically this folder is going to be my textbook. So if I click on this little play button here for module 1, I'm going to go into the actual textbook series for module 1, or if you are in module 2. This is where I'm going to learn all of the vocabulary, the grammar, the teaching me, the videos, the activities that go along with everything. So for example, I can see this person has done the alphabet assignment, the quiz, and I can go down. Now these little symbols here on the side indicate that the teacher, in this case myself, Miss Ryan, has indicated they can redo the assignment. So that doesn't necessarily mean they have to. If I send this back to you, it could be that you typically get a higher grade. Maybe you're an A student, and I noticed that you just turned in an assignment and it was just not the quality you usually do, or maybe I thought you misunderstood the assignment. So I went ahead and clicked allowed to resubmit. So you don't have to resubmit. but you can resubmit in order to redo your grade, because your option is to be allowed to redo it so that you can get your grade up to an A by the end of the course. Obviously, that is our goal, is to help you get the highest grade possible. And so before moving on to Module 2, if you can, those are assignments you might want to redo. And then anything that does not have a green check mark, like the Module 1 exam for this person, still needs to be done. Now, if we go on to the next activity, if you're just beginning the module, it will take you into the textbook. And this is where you're going to find your journal assignment. So I've had a lot of people go in and they're like, oh my goodness, I'm just writing some things in my journal. This is where, when you go through, it's going to give you some activities, and you can do these activities. You can practice. Make sure that I have my sound shared very minutes. I can click to listen.
C'hai.
I can click on the next one.
N.
I can go through all 8 of these. Now, before next activity, I want to make sure that I go through all of these. Más de alfabeto. I'm going to go through. There's going to be some practice involved. Now, for the sake of brevity, keeping it short, I'm going to allow you to go through these on your own. We've got a couple of these here. Hombre.
H. O. M. B. R. A. Hombre.
And then we have some other words to practice.
La bolsa.
And then you have your speaking assessment. So as you go through your activities, you are going to find your assignment. Your assignment directions are often going to be right in front of your directions. So many of you are clicking on, I need to do my alphabet assignment, and you're just clicking. However, you want to make sure that you click previous activity, and then you go through and you make sure you look at each of the items that you need to do. Now, one thing that we want to be very, very careful of is that we do our activities in order, in orderment. I've had a lot of questions. Students receive an error. I tried to have this happen when I clicked on module 2, but because I'm proxying and looking at this as a student, it did not work. When I clicked on module 2, I did not get an error. It just took me back to module 1. I am unable to move on to module 2. You must successfully complete the following activities before viewing this item. Module 1 exam. So when you see this, this is because you have something that has to be submitted, something that you have not viewed, a video you need to watch, something needs to be done or submitted before you can do the next activity. So always shoot the teacher an email or a text and let them know if you are stuck. If you are Spanish, I am the teacher. My contact information is right at the top, and that is deborah.ryan@fednow.com. You can call or text 614-379-3246 anytime you have a question, and I will always get back to you as soon as I can. Don't forget, Tuesdays from 4 to 5, I will have open Zoom for anyone who has any questions. Please reach out if you need any help. Thanks, guys.